Hi there, welcome to this video. In this video, we will discuss how to name the threads that are created by the executors internally. Just like the normal threads, there are a couple of ways. The first one is exactly the same as the first technique that we discussed for naming the normal threads, that is, naming the threads from within the tasks after the threads have started executing the tasks. This technique is no different for renaming executor threads. Everything that we discussed in the naming normal threads first way tutorial holds good for the executor's side as well. So we will not discuss it here. Still, as I mentioned 2 tutorials ago, use this technique with caution. Name the threads from within the tasks only when you have a good reason to do so. The second way to name the executor threads is by specifying the thread naming strategy at the time when an executor is created. This one we will discuss. So let's see it in action. As usual, I have a skeleton class here by the name of naming executor threads. Let us create an executor service and provide it some tasks to run. Now, before providing a naming strategy to the executor, let us first see the default names that are provided by the JVM to the executor threads. So running the program now. From the output, we see that the thread names appear as pool1 thread 1, pool1 thread 2, and pool1 thread 3. What is with the pool and the thread here, and what is with the numbers? In general, whenever an executor pool is created, the thread names will be in the general format pool n thread m. Here, pool refers to the executor pool and the thread refers to the thread inside that specific pool. N stands for the pool sequence number. Every time you create a new executor pool, JVM increments the global pool counter n. And M stands for the thread sequence number within a pool. Every time a new thread is created inside an executor pool, its thread counter M is incremented. So, a thread with name pool2 thread 5 refers to the 5th thread inside the second executor pool in the JVM. Now, notice that the pool sequence number and thread sequence number in the executor pools start from 1 and not 0. There is no pool 0 thread 0. Instead, the first thread created has the name pool 1 thread 1. Whereas when you create a normal thread using the threads API, JVM numbers the threads starting from 0. The first thread is named as thread 0 there. Now that's all about the default naming scheme of JVM. Now we want to name the executor threads explicitly. So where do we provide the thread naming strategy in the code? So if you look closely, there are 2 constructors for every type of executor. The first one takes either no argument or one argument that specifies the number of threads in the pool. And the second type of constructors take a thread factory type of argument, which is an interface. This is for the cached pool, and this is for the fixed thread pool, and this one is for the single thread executor. So it is this thread factory that we have to implement. It will contain our thread naming strategy. For this, let us create a new class by the name of named threads factory in the tutes.common package and make it implement the thread factory interface. Now, thread factory has only one method to implement, new thread, that returns the created thread. It also gets a runnable argument that obviously has to be provided to the thread that we create. So looking at these facts, the solution seems to be simple. Just create a new thread, provide to it the passed in runnable, and name the thread and return it. So let's code it in. Now, as naming strategy, let us use the same one that we have been using till now. That is, just have a combination of a constant and a numeric sequence number that increments with every thread. So there our threads factory is implemented. Let me move it to the second editor. Now providing an instance of this factory to our executor. And running the code now. So as expected, all our threads are named as per our wishes. My thread 1 is the first thread that was created. It executed loop task C1. My thread 2 executed loop task C2, and my thread 3 executed loop task C3. Now that's all about naming the executor threads. Thank you for watching.